Hey friends, if you've ever wanted to make your own Halloween coloring book using things you may already have at home, this video is for you. It's creative, simple, and such a fun way to add a little spooky charm to your fall. We're going to upcycle scraps, add a touch of Halloween magic, and end up with a one-of-a-kind handmade coloring book you can either keep or gift. So light a candle, grab your favorite drink, and let's jump right in. Here are some of the supplies you'll need. A base for your cover. I'm using a rug label that came with my Costco rug, but you can use cardboard, chipboard, or anything sturdy you already have. Watercolor or mixed media paper for your pages. Stamps. Since we're making a Halloween coloring book, I picked some spooky designs with open spaces so you can color in. You want to make sure that when you're picking your stamps, you're choosing designs that have a lot of negative space so that you can easily color in with either acrylic paint or watercolor. You'll need some waterproof ink pads. I recommend archival ink or VersaFine Clair. Both work great with water-based mediums like watercolor or acrylic paint. And that's it, just a few basic supplies, most of which you probably already have on hand. So let's start building our book. We'll start by creating the cover. For the exterior, I'm using a coffee-stained scrapbook paper with polka dots, and for the inside, I'm using a quilted star pattern, but you can use any paper you love. First, add your scrapbook paper to the outside of your cover using liquid adhesive. I start with one side first, glue that down, and then glue down the other side. I use a brayer in between gluing down each side to make sure that everything lays flat and all air bubbles are smoothed out. Next, cut your corners at 45-degree angles on all four sides, and then fold each side in and glue them down. This gives you those nice, crisp edges. And don't stress if something doesn't line up perfectly. It's going to be fine. We'll cover the inside next, and that will clean everything up. For the inside, cut your paper down to size and crease the center. Glue one side, then the other, and let it dry slightly open so the fold stays flexible and your book can close easily later. Now it's time to create our coloring pages. I'm using 2 sheets of watercolor paper and 2 sheets of dyed paper, and that gives me a total of 16 pages once they're folded in half. You can also mix in some hand-dyed papers like I chose to do for this project for texture and color. And I'll link a video up here where I show you how to make those beautiful hand-dyed papers using natural dyes. Now grab all of the stamps that you want to use for your coloring book. And for the ink pad, I'm using VersaFine Clair and Nocturne, which is this beautiful pitch black ink. And I stamp my images across my pages in different orientations and directions, front and back. This part is honestly so relaxing. You can just zone out, listen to music, and let your creativity take over. It's one of those projects that helps quiet your mind, which oftentimes we all need those quiet moments. Once you've stamped the front and back of each page, you'll have a full stack of Halloween-inspired coloring pages that are ready to now bind. So now let's go into step 3, which is binding our book. I added 2 grommets, one to the front and one to the back cover, and this will be for the ribbon closure that we'll add later. Then line up your pages against your cover and clip everything in place with binder clips. I use the binder clips to make sure the pages stay in place and don't move as I'm trying to put my holes into the paper. Using a foam mat and an awl, poke 3 holes, one in the center and one evenly spaced to the left and right of the center hole. And just a tip, try to stay away from the very top of each of the pages. Don't go too close to the edge. That helps prevent tears as you use your book. If you want to reinforce your spine, which I highly recommend, use a strip of canvas, brown paper, or even leftover wrapping paper from the roll itself once you're completely done with that wrapping paper. I'm using some waxed thread, but again, you can use embroidery floss or dental floss. And of course, use a larger needle. It will make going through the holes a lot easier. We're going to start by going through the middle hole from the outside to the inside. This will ensure that our tail of our thread stays on the outside. And vice versa, if you want the tail on the inside, you're going to go in from the inside to the outside. So in this case, I'm going from the middle hole, outside to the inside. Once through that hole, I'm going to go down to the left hole, through the bottom hole. Once through that hole, I'm going to go up through the top hole, pull that through, and then back through the center. Make sure to tie your ends. I like to tie it in 3 secure knots. And you can choose to leave the tails as long as you want and add beads for decoration or trim them short for a clean finish. I tried both, and honestly, I liked it better simple, so I kept the end short. Now the fun part, decorating the cover. So I started by stamping a moon image and ended up distressing it using distress oxides and frayed burlap, scattered straw, and mustard seed, and then added a little bit of distress ink and scorched timber for depth. And then some other things that we're going to be adding to the cover are some Tim Holtz ephemera I had, some leftover scrapbook paper, and some pre-made embellishments that I've kept in my stash from other projects. I'm also going to be adding some netting and ribbon for texture. To make the moon glow, I started with scattered straw, then added mustard seed, frayed burlap, and finally just a touch of scorched timber. It gives that warm, eerie Halloween glow that ties it all together. Then I took the netting and ribbon and hot glued those layers together onto the cover. I then went ahead and glued down the moon, glued down the embellishments, and the sentiment. Now at first I added some beads onto the thread, but felt it was a little too busy, so I ended up taking them off and kept the thread short, and I love how clean it looks. Finally, let's add our ribbon closure. Take 2 strands of ribbon, whatever ribbon you have on hand, feed them through the grommets, tie knots onto each end, and secure them with a tiny bit of hot glue into place. And you're going to repeat for the other side. And there it is, your own handmade Halloween coloring book. It's creative, relaxing, and the perfect project to use up scraps and repurpose things that might have ended up in the trash, just like that rug label. Plus, you can totally customize it for any season: winter, spring, birthdays, or even a personal art journal. I hope this inspires you to make your own coloring book. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share your favorite part in the comments below. I always love seeing what you have to say. Thank you so much for spending this cozy crafting time with me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.